Are we still waiting to reconnect?
I think we're on now, but they're muted.
It's made
And
it.
Springfield,
Yes,
you're-
just a moment, okay.
Can you hear us now?
Okay, we're
Yes.
back.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about that, but it just stayed out of my mind.
It's out of your
We need to deal with, vote on what we did in closed session. So do I have a motion? Do you want to state the motion, Jordan, or?
Do we need to roll call our
Yeah, we need a roll
arising
call.
from executive
Yeah.
session?
Oh, we need a roll call. We already did that.
We did that.
We need to vote on.
I think we're
We
back.
need to vote on the action we took in
Closed time.
closed session.
We did not do a roll call.
The last roll call was to go into executive session. We would now need a subsequent roll call to arise from executive session.
Oh, we did that.
We already did the roll call to arise. Now we need a roll call outside of.
For quorum,
session.
of the open meeting.
So roll call.
Roll
call. Okay, Ms. Ballarcroft?
You're present.
Ms. Cray?
Present.
Ms. Genovese?
Here.
Ms. McQuarrie?
Here.
Mr. Brett?
Here.
Ms. Watson?
Present.
Vice Chair Turvin?
Here.
Chair Donahue?
Here.
All righty.
All right. Now I need a motion for the action taken in closed meeting.
I move that we dismiss Farkas versus Mike Corman for Glenview, Illinois Strong, 25 CD 003 for want of prosecution.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Roll call, Amy.
Ms. Ballarcroft?
Yes.
Ms. Cray?
Yes.
Ms. Genovese?
Yes.
Ms. McQuarrie?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Turvin?
Yes.
Chair Donahue?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Jordan?
Yes, I believe the next matter on the agenda is consideration of proposed amendments to rulemaking. Briefly, the first matter under this subheading is proposed amendments to Part 100 relating to campaign finance. Staff are requesting permission to file the proposed amendment to Section 100 of the Administrative Rules as defined in pages 244 through 259 of your packet. These amendments move references to sponsoring entities that is consistent with Public Act 103-467, as references to public acts have been removed from Article 9 of the Election Code. We're seeking to make similar revocations of that language from our administrative rules. And then also remove the requirement that political action committees include the name of the office that the candidates are seeking in the name of the political subdivision to which the office pertains, replacing that language with instead a quote of the statute appearing in Section 9-2D of the Administrative Code, or of the Election Code, I'm sorry.
Do I have a motion to accept the Part 1 campaign rule changes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Amy, roll call, please.
Ms. Ballarcroft?
Yes.
Ms. Cray?
Yes.
Ms. Genovese?
Yes.
Ms. McQuarrie?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Turvin?
Yes.
Chair Donahue?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Any discussion about the new employee handbook?
Sure. Here staff are asking that the board consider and approve the employee handbook. The revisions to this handbook have been an ongoing joint project of multiple divisions and was completed due to the continued efforts of Stefan Bishop, Danielle Martinez, Sean Sarku, our executive staff, and the policy subcommittee of members, Ballard Croft and McCrory. A special thank you to all involved. And Stefan and I are both here. Stefan is present in Springfield, and I am here if you have any questions.
Yeah, we have any questions?
I have a question, but I would like to compliment everyone that worked on that, because it came out clear and concise, and so it was pretty easy to navigate through the process. So I take my hat off to everybody who had a part in that. So thank you.
Any other discussion? Questions? Do I have a motion to accept the handbook as written, as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Amy, roll call, please.
Ms. Ballard Croft?
Yes.
Ms. Craig?
No.
Ms. Genovese?
Yes.
Ms. McQuarrie?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Present.
Vice Chair Durbin?
Yes.
Chair Donahue?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right.
Question?
Consideration and repeal of administrative rules, part, yes, Catherine?
When will we see, in final format, the procedure manual? I know that, so we've talked about doing the procedural manual in conjunction with the handbook. And when will we see more progress on that?
Yes, if I may, I recently completed that, and it is with our executive staff for final approval, waiting for, once Marty's returned to the office, that will be given its final okay. What that personnel guide does and what we have done in preparing that, just by way of record, I went through line by line all of the administrative rules in Part 212 and identified where that rule appears in the employee handbook, where there were things in the rule that did not appear in the policy handbook. Those were pulled over and placed in those guides, in that personnel guide. So all of that information is now covered, but in those two distinct documents.
All right, do I have a motion to accept the repeal of the administrative rules? D1.
Yes, so under Part 212, those personnel guidelines having, and the personnel guide, both of those being drafted and completed, we are seeking your approval to initiate repealing Part 212 of the administrative rules. Now that all of those administrative rules have, for lack of a better word, a home in either the policy guide, the personnel guide, or the employee handbook, because we are in the minority of state agencies, if not the only one, that has promulgated in administrative rules our personnel procedures. JCAR actually asked us several years ago to repeal these rules, and we're seeking to do that now as those rules have new homes.
Well, I certainly feel this concern about seeing those procedural rules flushed out and put in there. So my concern is I'd like to see that before we repeal them. But it's not my understanding there's some sort of a deadline. Is there a deadline here that we need to abide by?
As far as the filing with JCAR, it was the preference for legal staff to have the repeal at least authorized today. However, it is not intended to actually file the repeal with JCAR until Marnie reviews the final version of the procedures. And also we can send it to you all for a final look, make sure everyone's on board. But it's helpful for us to have the approval today, but we do not intend to immediately go to JCAR right now. Once we have all our paperwork internally, we will proceed with the repeal, filing the repeal with JCAR.
And so that will not be done until you've shared it with whomever you need to share it with, including, I would assume, Mr. Gallagher and myself, and then have final say-so before you file that appeal. That's the process?
Yes.
Okay, if that's the process, then I'm comfortable with taking a vote on it today.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I
Yes.
just want to indicate that I agree with Member McCory. I think we need to see those documents before we repeal the administrative rule.
Yes, but I think that Member McCrory just stated that she agrees and she wants that, but if we need to approve it today in order to expedite it with JCAR. So
I'd
we
like a
will
little
be
more.
able,
So I agree with Member McCory.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, can we do a motion stating just that we approve it subject to final review?
I think that's what Jordan indicated, but yeah.
I would like that to be the
We all would
formal
like that.
motion.
Do you want to state it formally, Jordan? And then we'll accept it?
Certainly, Member Ballercroft did a fantastic job. So it would be move to approve staff initiating the repeal of Part 212 of the administrative review or administrative rules, conditioned on and subject to approval of the personnel guide by executive staff and to the extent.
I move that we.
The board. The policy subcommittee?
Policy subcommittee.
Policy subcommittee.
I move that we move as the Deputy General Counsel has just stated.
And I would second that.
And it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please, Amy.
Ms. Ballercroft?
Yes.
Ms. Cray?
Yes, and I really strongly, let's not move till this is approved. Thank you.
Ms. Genovese?
Yes.
Ms. McCory?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Turbin?
Yes.
Chair Donahue?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. So, thank you, Jordan. Appreciate everything you just did. We have Bernadette, are you ready? Executive Director report?
Yeah, I'm ready if the board is. I was going to suggest, do we all need, my second grader does a brain break. I'm like, do we need a brain break where you just dance around? But
I actually think let's move because I think our brain wouldn't try. So let's go.
Okay, I'll be fairly quickly today too, since you all put so much work in this morning, especially Jordan. Thank you for shepherding what you could in the General Counsel's absence. So my first item is consideration of voting system modification request, Hart Intercivic Verity 2.7.1 IL. There is a memo from Erica Christel regarding this final approval request and recommendation. The board's interim approval of the Hart Intercivic Verity voting system version 2.7.1 IL is due to expire on November 21st, 2025. This system was first certified in Illinois on April 20th, 2021 after a successful certification and testing campaign. Hart has submitted a request for final approval, as no further modifications are intended at this time. The voting system will continue to be monitored through special testing ahead of each election, based on the system having met all requirements to date, based on its performance during the interim approval. Staff recommend that the board grant the final approval of the Hart Verity 2.7.1 IL voting system. Therefore, staff are seeking a board motion and approval to grant the final approval request. Erica Christel, I believe, is in Springfield and is available to answer any questions should the board have any. And so, as I said, we're just seeking a motion for approval.
She's right here if anybody has any question. Chicago? If not, could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to accept the executive director's recommendation on the modifications to the heart interstoic severity 2.71 IL.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Amy, roll call, please.
Ms. Ballard-Croft?
Yes.
Ms. Craig?
Yes.
Ms. Innovasi?
Yes.
Ms. McCrory?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Turbin?
Yes.
Chair Donahue?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Bernadette?
Okay. Believe it or not, we do handle more than campaign disclosure at the State Board of Elections. And so Monday is the first day of established party candidate filing. It's already here. The season's upon us. A memo has been provided to the board by Brent Davis, Director of Election Operations. It's for the board members' information and review. It contains a summary of activities related to Monday's first day of filing, as well as the rest of the upcoming candidate and also objection petition filing period. We will not meet with you, unless there is a special board meeting, we will not meet with you until after the objection period also has passed and is filed, and we're calling those cases. So the memo includes a calendar of events, the preparation and training information, post-filing process summaries. Essentially, a lot of resource and time has been put into training and prep for filing, and also will go into the filing week and the objection filing period. We are really looking forward to what we hope to be a successful first day of filing, filing period, last day of objection filing, which is usually one of our busier days as well. Thank you to Brent and to all the other staff in all the other divisions throughout the agency for getting us ready for filing and also helping us get through filing period. It's an all hands on deck activity. You know, like I said, we're hoping it's as successful as it's been. It seems to improve a little bit every filing period, which is great. We will obviously brief the board on how it went in November and be in touch with leadership on filing day just to let you know how operationally it's going. Brent is available if anyone has any questions. And yeah, that is where we'll all be for the next week.
Brent is here. I can tell you the office down here is all set up. They got tables and computers and everything. They've been working awful hard, but Brent is here if you have any questions, or do you have anything you want to say, Brent? Any questions? I don't think we need any action by the board, but do we need to say, yes, that's a great plan?
Yeah. I mean, you can wish us luck if you'd like to, but I think most of the action will be on your behalf by staff.
Well, you know you have our blessing. There's no question about that. All right, next. A lot of work for that, Brent, and just boop. That's the way you like it, okay. Legislative update.
Okay, I saw Brian Pryor just slid in over there.
He did?
Yeah, so I'll actually just send it right to Brian to provide an update, since he took time away from the Capitol today to come back over to the meeting and just brief us on what's going on in veto session and anything else that's relevant to the board this month.
All right, Brian.
Certainly, Brian Pryor. I'll be brief. Last week was the first week of veto session. We have actually been following amendments.
I can't hear you, and you're talking too fast.
Brian Pryor. I was providing an update on veto session. It began last week. We are actively tracking amendments, introduced legislation, as well as anticipating anything that might intersect with the election code. Veto session will continue into next week, and we will be actively following and seeing if they choose to pick up the omnibus bill that was not carried at the end of last session. So we've actually been working and watching for that. And then lastly, I've been working on the legislative agenda that is has been sent to the legislative subcommittee members, and hopefully we'll have that before you all in November. I have to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right, Brian, thank you very much. Bernadette.
Okay, thanks, Brian. The rest of the items on my report include the Cyber Navigator Program Annual Report, voter registration activity, grant funding update, FY26 fiscal status report, and the 2-year plan of staff activity for the months of October and November. I was surprised the staff activity is like 2 pages, but we'll be very busy over October and November. If there's any board questions, these are all informational, but if there's any board questions related to the items, we're here to answer them.
I just have one. When I looked at your budget on your polling place surveys and your boardroom equipment refresh, the bids you got, are they putting everything in gold?
I got the same thing too.
I'm glad you're rebidding those. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, the bidding process itself on it has been much of the delay in being able to actually improve the space. But in order for that, for this audio needs particularly to merge with other equipment that we have and actually make a substantial improvement for audio, not even as much as visual, but that has been the bid process has needed to be very particular, got sent back a few times, and then when we rebid it, that's what came in. So it's an ongoing process to do so, and we're just trying to be transparent about it.
Do you think we're going to need more than that 55,000 that's budgeted? It sounds like we're going to need more than that.
I'm looking over at Jeremy Kirk, who's shaking his head, and so I think it is a little bit of a coin toss, but I think that's why we're putting it out again to see, and then also can potentially tailor our needs that much more to get it below, or at least at where we want it to be. So we'll keep you all updated. But like I said, we really wanted to include it to let you all know that we're working on it. I wish it were simpler, both from a procurement standpoint and also from a mic one. I mean, it's kind of curious that the mini boardroom has better audio and visual for us than the main boardroom.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you, as long as you guys use the microphone, we hear you perfectly. There's no, when you don't speak into the mic, it's a clarity problem. We can hear it, but it's a clarity. It's muffled. But when you use the mic, it's clear as crystal. So that's helpful. Yeah. Today's worked, and it's been nice to be able to see you and Jordan, Bernadette, and the members. It's worked very well today. It really has. All right. What shall we do next, Bernadette? Shall we go to any other questions? Is there other business to come
Madam Chair, I do have a question under other business.
Yes.
I wanted to find out how often do we notify committees about the classes that we have available? Or the YouTubes that we have available?
I think I can answer that, Member Watson. In terms of general notices to committees, we don't do that. But what we do is periodically, usually every month or two, we go through and generate a list of the new committee treasurers. So either treasurers for new committees, or in some cases, a committee changes their treasurer. They get then sent the notification about the treasurer training. It includes a form that we ask them to fill out and return to us once they've watched the videos, and then we keep those on file. So in general terms, I'd say it's roughly every month or two that a big batch of those will get sent out.
And do they respond favorably, or do they ignore?
It's, as you might expect, it's a bit of a mixed bag. We do get a number of them, the forms returned to us. By all means, we don't get all of them returned to us.
Should we consider, oh, well, I'll talk to the vice chair about that. Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Madam Chair?
I can't see.
I also have an item for other business, if I may be indulged. I just wanted to salute every single member of the board today. That was a very spirited debate on a contentious topic. And despite the fact that there was a disagreement on the merits, it was very clear early on that we were all unified and agreed that the best course of action was to protect the rights of the parties, comply with our statutory obligations, and find a process to get this done. And so I just want to commend every single one of you for that participation. It was really encouraging as one of the newer members on the board. So thank you.
Well said, Jack.
Jack,
Yeah.
You're welcome, Jack.
I said better, Jack. I was sitting here, I was just showing Chris. I'm writing a note to thank all of us for keeping our heads together and keeping together, working. Whether we disagreed or not, all of us did what we thought we should do in the right ways. And it's no better to see than when we look back over 4 years I've been sitting here, and I've watched people walk in this office and talk about how it's so hard to navigate through the system. And what we have done as a board, you should be very proud of, because we're starting to uplift it to where somebody is looking at it and they're getting notifications, so that can help us do our jobs. And so, Jack, thank you and everybody for doing what you guys did today.
Thank you. All right. Is there other business? Cassandra, did you have anything else?
No, I don't. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Got one more thing.
Right.
And this, Jordan, Assistant Jordan, thank you for doing what you did filling in. You did an excellent job for all of us.
Second that.
You're right in fire.
Thank you, Jordan.
All right. Do we have any comments from the general public? Anyone in Chicago? Nobody here, no general public. Yeah, no. All right. Now we need a motion to go into executive session to approve the minutes of the September 16 executive session pursuant to sections and pending litigation.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded.
Yep.
Roll call, Amy.
Ms. Ballarcroft? Ms.
Is
Curran?
the
Yes.
room clear?
Thanks.
Not yet.
We're still taking
Almost.
the open motion. Ms. Genovese?
What am I doing here?
You're present.
You're
Present.
You're present.
Yes, no, you say yes for the motion.
Yes.
You're here.
Ms. McCrory?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Ms. Watson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Turbin?